Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are making some oven roasted stuffed fish, Jamaican style. Let's get straight into it. And of course, we are starting by washing our hands, and we're gonna go ahead and wash our vegetables really quickly. Okay, now that our vegetables are washed and ready to go, we're just going to go ahead and start with about 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're putting that out first just so we can have our butter soften as we go ahead and chop our vegetables. And I'm starting with some green onions, and as you can see, I'm just going through and chopping it really fine. Okay, now we're just going to go ahead and set our green onions in our bowl, set them aside, and then we're gonna go ahead and chop up our thyme. Now we're gonna go ahead and chop up our garlic, and I'm using just 1 clove because it's a really big one, so I didn't feel the need to use more than one. So as you can see, I'm just going through and chopping it up really fine like I did with the onions and thyme, and then just gonna add it to my bowl. Now I'm gonna go ahead with my white onion. I'm just cutting off a little piece so I can have a flat surface to sit it down. Going through and I'm cutting it into some rings first, and then I'm gonna go through and chop it up even smaller. Now I really like onions, so that's why I'm using that really large onion. If you don't, honestly, you could use less, or if you're like me and you like it, then use more. Alright, now I'm just gonna go ahead and grate my potato, and I'm using the smaller side of the grater just because you don't want to have your potatoes being too thick, because they will not be cooked. So you want to make them as thin as possible so they could cook really easily. So I'm using the smaller side. Like I said, I'm just going through grating as much as I can, guys. I really do not like grating stuff because I'm scared for my finger. So I'm just gonna go as far as I can and then just add it to my bowl. Okay, now let's just go ahead and give this a really quick mix. I'm adding some okras, and I'm using some frozen chopped okras. You can use fresh ones if you want. That's what I had in the moment. It doesn't really make a difference. Now I'm just going ahead and mixing everything in. Then I'm also gonna add a carrot. I'm gonna go ahead and grate a carrot and add it to the bowl as well. Now I'm adding my fish tea, my Grace fish tea. mixing that all in. And like I said earlier, we're just going to go ahead and grate a small carrot and also add it in. Okay, now let's just go ahead and mix this all in. Alright, now we're just going to go ahead and season this up a little bit. And what I'm about to be using is some fish seasoning. Alright, and I'm using also some black pepper and some all-purpose seasoning, and I'm using just about a teaspoon to a tablespoon of each of these, and then I'm just going to go ahead and mix it all in. And last but not least, I'm also adding a Scotch bonnet pepper. I'm just going to go ahead and chop it up and put it in. Now, if you really like spicy foods, go ahead and add 2. If you don't, you could just use a half. Alright, now that we have everything ready, we're just going to go ahead and season our fish a little bit more. We're using some more fish seasoning. You want to make sure you have some seasoning between those cuts that you made. And I'm also using some black pepper, and I'm just seasoning both sides of my fish. And then we're gonna go ahead and stuff him up. And I did make a cut, make the cut that was in the belly of the fish, made it longer towards the tail so I could hold some more stuffing. And as you can see, I'm just going ahead and stuffing him up. Alright guys, this is what our fish is looking like, nice and well stuffed. Now if you're feeling a bit chazzy, a little bit bougie, go ahead and drop some crackers on your fish. Okay, as you can see, I was feeling a bit bougie, so yes, I added a few crackers. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap him up. And you want to make sure you wrap your fish really well, because you are gonna be using some water in your pan. And you want to make sure none of the water gets inside the fish, so use some extra foil paper if you need to, and make sure you wrap your fish really well. Alright, now we're just going to do the exact same thing to our next fish, seasoning up a little bit, and then we're just going to go ahead and put our stuffing, add our crackers, and wrap him up. Okay, now I'm just gonna go ahead and put them in the oven for about 40 minutes on 450 degrees. Now I did have some leftover stuffing, so I'm just throwing a few shrimps in there, mixing it up and wrapping it up, and I'm gonna put it in the oven. Guys, I've never done this before. Honestly, this was just a spontaneous decision, and honestly, I was really proud of it. It was really, really good. To be honest, I enjoyed the shrimp more than the fish. Alright guys, and this is after about 40 minutes in the oven. Our fish is about ready, so just gonna go ahead and unwrap it and show you guys what the final dish is looking like. Alright, now to be sure that your fish is completely cooked, you can just stick it with a fork, and if it's nice and soft, you know that your fish is cooked. Now if it wasn't, you can always just wrap it back up and put it right back in the oven. Alright guys, this is our final product. This is our oven roasted stuffed fish, and of course let's not forget our shrimp. Now don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you guys next time.